welcome back to Dented Dreams Garage. Today's episode will be on a moderately controversial subject, though slightly more accepted than it used to be. This is a 7-inch headlight from 1970 Monte. They're old, they're not that bright, they need a lot of power. This is a 7-inch headlight that's a little bit more modern. And that's what we're going to be putting on our car today. Hopefully this ring is just going to fit around here. And it does. This might not be too bad. Well, the good news is it fits in the retainer, and that would actually hold that in if it could fit. It don't fit. When you look at the bottom of these headlights, this one only really has prongs coming out the back. It's missing that prong. This one has its prongs, but it also has this large dome. Problem with the large dome is that diameter is too small to go in there. I think we're gonna have to modify something. Did that really go all the way under the damn car? So what's crazy about this is it almost fits. I mean, we are pretty freaking close. But not quite close enough. Well, this isn't the worst job I've ever done. I'm not very impressed with it either. The plus side is, nobody's ever going to see these. So, I had to make them a little wider to get the headlight in. I drew a pretty circle. But, my circle, combined with my die grinder, did not turn out the way I wanted. That being said, it's hidden, and it works. So this should be the clearance I need. The only question is, are they going to fit in the frickin' core support? This part, I got no idea till I put one of these in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test fit real quick and see if that works. If it does, cool. I'm going to paint these. We'll move on to some other, stuff while that's going, or while it's drying. If it doesn't, I'll mark them. And I'm willing to grind out a little bit of the core support. But if I'm going to cut the core support, I'm going to try to do a prettier job than I did with these headlight holders. I am no expert with a die grinder. I also cut out a little channel for these wires to go through too. That'll keep them kind of hidden. So these are for the halos. We'll see if it works. So what I'm going to do with the lights themselves, that was my heat gun, is I'm going to take heat shrink. I'm trying to just give this a little bit extra protection for these halo wires. So I'm just literally going to add the heat shrink to the wires. One, it'll keep them together and maybe a little prettier. Not that I'm super worried about that, but it makes me feel better to say it. And two, give it a little bit more protection in case something does decide it's going to rub. So we'll just make it a little bit thicker, give the insulation a little more protection. And I'll even do one larger one on the outside of it. So I really don't want these to die someday. You know, this is one of those things I really want to say. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hi, Bells. You want to help me? Show me what I'm doing wrong? You are wet. You went and got in your pool. You're now tracking water to the garage. Okay, I know, but I gotta do this car stuff. Yeah. I gotta do car stuff. I'm sorry, you are so needy. Oh, you're wet. No, you're gonna bump the camera. We'll be back. Hi. Alright, so unfortunately I am gonna have to take out some here in the core support, which I'm not particularly happy about, considering I can't make a circle worth a damn with a die grinder. But that's what we're gonna have to do to get these modern headlights to fit. Well, those are brand new. So not happy about this. Alright, so this area in green, we're going to remove that with the grinder. Not happy about this either. Ugh. And I'm not good at it. I'm not good with the grinder. I'm not good with the die grinder. They're not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna say they're not gonna be pretty. Maybe I'll get it this time, but I don't think that I will. But I'm gonna try it. Well, I'm not happy about it, and you're gonna have a hell of a time seeing. I've got my now painted brackets back in here. So moving to the headlight, I do actually think that I can make it fit. So I do think this will work. Maybe. I think it'll work. Okay, everything actually does bolt back up and it doesn't look terrible from out here. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'm gonna have to do the same thing. I'm gonna have to make this a little bit bigger. Sorry about that. I was in short form content. So, where was I? Yeah, we're gonna make this a little bit bigger right in here, and that should allow that headlight to bolt up. After that, I'll hook our battery back up, and we'll try to get these things aligned as best we can. And then I'm missing this piece in here. I'm gonna have to make that at some point. Well, I've kind of got a piece of metal made. There's a filler panel that goes between the fender well and the core support. I don't have it. I'm gonna have to make one. Then I can actually bolt my battery tray and have those in a sensible location. Alright, I'll just go ahead and do this part since I just did it over there. And I'm not upset about the way it looks though. I'm upset about my holes, but nobody can see those. Yep, it's one of those sentences you just wish you could take back as soon as you said it. Alright, so these are the lights when they're on. They're significantly, Bella, you're in my way, significantly brighter than our factory lights, but
these things had no orientation tabs. So what I need to do is actually orientate them to not only just align them, but I mean actually rotate them, or I'm going to have issues between dims and brights and things like that. So I am pretty happy with them so far. Got these grade 8 Amazon bolt kit for like 30 bucks. Actually has quite a variety. Nuts, bolts, everything else. I've got my little tray here. That, hang on, I'll show you once I got it in. Should work as a filler panel that'll connect the core support with the fender well, because I no longer have the factory one. The only one I could find was used, and they wanted 75 bucks for it. So I'm going to drill some holes. I've already marked them. I already center punched them. So now I'm just going to drill them. It's definitely days that I wish I just had a drill press. Or even a halfway decent drill. This does not qualify as a halfway decent drill. This is a Walmart drill. Come on. Felt like Bruce Willis in Armageddon right there. Sending that missile home. Okay. 4 more holes. Really? Thank you. I love cars. I love cars. I love cars. I really love cars. I love cars too much. We're literally at the point where we've got a bunch of holes in this thing. I've got a corner cut out. It looks like it's actually going to hook in there pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and deburr it, toss a coat of paint on it, get it bolted in. And one thing I'll say is, it's not a lot. I mean, it's literally a plate that I bent, cut a corner out of, and put a bunch of holes in. But nobody ever knows. This is the stuff nobody sees, you know, that sucks up your time. And I mean, I'm actually kind of proud of my little plate here, but definitely taking longer than I thought. Well, there is our very terribly spray painted bracket, filler panel, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully this works. Alrighty, so my panel's in there. That's now my new support. It didn't turn out too bad. I do have one extra hole that I didn't need, but actually I'm not overly upset about it. I've seen worse. So for my actual battery tray, I'm going to use this hole, and this hole. So I got that one drilled. Got one in the front drilled, and I'll reutilize that hole. Should go fairly quick now. And with that, we're going to call it for this episode. We are, hopefully, well, we're going to make it one way or another. We're going to get this Monte Carlo ready for the No Name Nationals. We're going to go down there. Hopefully we're driving and not trailering. It's going to be fun. We just got to, you know, put in 100 more hours of work. Probably more money on unexpected stuff. Fail 16, 18 more times. And then, you know, we'll be driving. Thanks for watching our channel. Well, I'm down to a couple choices here. Well, technically 3 choices. But really, just 2. For my father-son project, we got a 350 small block Chevy of unknown everything other than it's not locked up. We got a 5.3 LS motor that literally was running when they yanked it out for me. It's got the computer and wiring harness and everything, so I know that that one runs with about 160,000 miles on it. And that's 4.3 liter V6. We're going to ignore that one because this is going in a 72 GMC pickup. So LS or 350. 350 is a lot cheaper to rebuild, build up. He's going to be a high school kid here in a couple of years, so it doesn't need to be too fast. LS motor, I don't know, might be more reliable, going to cost a little more money. What do you think?